What is up? Today we're going to be baking beef chow fun. This is a classic Hong Kong dish and it is delicious. If you ever go to a Chinese restaurant, if you find beef chow fun on the menu, I definitely highly recommend giving it a shot and ordering. It's pretty simple actually. We've got beef, fun noodles, fresh fun noodles. You want to buy this fresh. You don't want to use any dried stuff. You can find this in a lot of Asian markets. Some bean sprouts and green onions, and actually normally we would put maybe half of a small yellow onion in there as well. Unfortunately, I am out of onions, so we'll just try to use a little bit more green onion today. And then the ingredients are pretty simple. Just light soy sauce, dark soy sauce, cooking wine, salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic. That's about it. So what we have is some small, thinly sliced beef here, and we're just marinating this in, roughly about, a teaspoon of light soy sauce, a teaspoon of dark soy sauce, a little bit of cooking wine, some salt, and some cornstarch. And we'll just let that sit, and we will prep our noodles. And then today we are actually going to go outside. I'm going to cook outside in my super high heat wok burner. This is going to be a little bit of fun. We're going to get some great wok hay flavor from that high heat burner. So we might get to see some big fires too. Okay, so we're gonna start with these noodles. What we want to do is just kind of break them apart by hand here, and try not to break these noodles. They kind of get stuck together. And what you do here is just kind of break this apart a little bit. Try to loosen up, and once you've got it broken up just a little bit, we'll throw this in the microwave for about a minute or so. All right, our noodles are now basically ready to go. I've kind of broken them up a little bit here, as you can see. It doesn't have to be perfect, just enough so that they don't stick too much. And then for our green onions, what we'll do is mostly be using the whites. So just cut them into relatively large chunks like this, and save the white parts. And then we will finish with, save a little bit off to the side here to finish with some of the greens. And you can include some of the greens in here too. All right. All right, green onions are chopped up. I'm gonna dice up a little bit of garlic here. I've got 4 cloves, and then, nothing fancy. You can just cut them up into little pieces like this, and that's good enough. We got all our ingredients. We're ready to take this outside. Let's do some outdoor cooking. All right, here we are outside, and we're gonna use this wok burner. This thing is awesome. So the reason to do this outside with this wok burner is for what we call wok hay. And that means basically the breath of the dragon. And it's gonna give this really, really unique smokiness to it as the flames really look into that wok, and as we toss it, it's gonna burn off some of that vaporized oil. This thing outputs about 160,000 BTUs. That's probably about 10 times more than your average home gas stove. So this thing's gonna crank out some serious heat. We'll heat it up right now. As you can see, this thing is outputting big time. All right, look at this. This thing is smoking up real good. Just get some oil in there. And once our oil is in, throw our beef. This is all gonna happen very quick, which is why, you can see, you gotta cook fast. All right, beef is good. We're gonna put that off to the side. Here, a bit more oil. I know it looks like I'm putting a lot of oil in it. It's not that much. This thing doesn't output that much. It's maybe a tablespoon, a little bit more than a tablespoon each time. Crank up the heat again. We'll go ahead and do the noodles. You don't want to break up the noodles too much, so it's all about the tossing and less stirring here. Just break it up a little bit. Once they're tossed, we're gonna go ahead and add light soy sauce around the rim. A little dark soy sauce. And some cooking oil. Turn it off a bit. Okay, put our noodles off to the side. All right, noodles are out. We're gonna do it one last time. A little bit more oil back in the wok here. Crank up that heat. As soon as it starts smoking, we're gonna put the bean sprouts and green onions in. And also garlic. Doesn't take long. That looks good. Finally, everything back in. All right, turn off the heat. Finish with just a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. We probably don't need salt here. A little bit of pepper to taste. And we should be good. Oh, and finish up our green onions at the top. Add in there. Here, get a close-up shot of this. Look at that.
Don't forget.
Okay, we are back inside and ready to taste this thing. It smells amazing. You can really smell that wok hay. And so let's take our bite here. Just like the restaurant. You gotta get a high heat stove to be able to get this to work. If you don't have one, you want to do this inside, that's fine. It's still a really, really good dish. I still highly recommend it. But to get that nice smokiness, you definitely need that outdoor stir fry burner. Okay, that was a really fun one. Why don't you guys leave a comment below on what you want to see next? We got lots of different ideas here. We can do, chicken wings, we can do barbecue, we can do more grilling type stuff, we can do more Chinese cooking, we can even explore, Thai food, maybe some Vietnamese food. Whatever you want, we'll see what we can make happen, all right? Don't forget to like and subscribe.